So a quick video on how to set up your recurring class periods with some Zoom links. The first thing that you'll want to do if you haven't already done this is if you go into Teams, you're going to want to rename your classes something that makes sense to you. So down here, I've renamed this class 4th period Science Fisher, and I'll show you why that's important. If you're not sure how, you can click on this, go to Edit Team, and then you can change the name. The names are always assigned these very obscure things that don't actually make sense, and later on in this video you'll see why that's important. So I'm going to cancel that. Make sure your teams are renamed. If you haven't done that, pause the video now, go rename your teams, refresh, and come back. Okay. If you're still watching, I hope that means you've renamed your teams. Once you've renamed your teams, then you can go into Zoom and you can schedule your meeting. I would do this first. You're going to do that by going to Meetings. And then if you have your meeting scheduled, you'll find it here. If not, you'll go to Schedule Meeting. I'm going to schedule one. I'm going to do a fake one just to show you the process. So I would give this meeting a title. I would give it a description. So for me, I might say 4th period Science. And this is our 4th period Science class. I'm going to leave this here because we're just going to delete this. What I'm going to do is decide when this meeting is going to happen. So if this is a day when I have class on, we'll say, Mondays and Thursdays, I'll say this class is going to happen from 10:30 to whatever 40 minutes later is, and I'll pick 45 minutes, or you could say an hour just to be safe. The time zone is set. I would click recurring, and then I want that recurrence. I'm going to go to weekly, because once I go to weekly, I get these options. And I know that in our schedule, my classes that happen Thursday also happen on Monday. So I would click on Monday, and I would say I set my end date to be the end of this year, because we don't really know how this is all going to work, and you can edit that later. So I would set it to the end of December. You can set it to the end of the school year if you like. All of these things are basically the same. All of that would stay the same. I would hit save, and then that meeting would be in my list. I'm going to hit cancel. If you need to stop and pause the video, do that now. Create your meeting for one of your class periods, and then start this again. I'm going to cancel that meeting though. I'm going to go back to meetings that I've already scheduled and use that as an example. So here I have my 4th period Science meeting. I'm going to click into that. And I have my link here for the meeting. So I'm going to have that up in one window. Now I'm going to go over to my calendar in Outlook and show you how to set up a recurring meeting and include this link. So I'm going to click to my calendar. If you're not sure where that is, down here you have your mail in the little envelope, and you have your calendar here. So I know that my classes, my 4th period happens on Mondays and Thursdays. So I'm just going to go back. I'm going to click on a Monday. I've already set this up, but I'll show you how to do it, and then I'll delete mine. So I'm going to click on this Monday, and I'm going to say to create a new event. Once that comes up, I'm going to add a title, and I'll say 4th period Science. And right here where it says invite attendees, this is why you want to rename your teams, because when I click into this, I can start typing 4th, and my 4th period Science team roster as an entire group comes up here because I've renamed them and I can find them. If I don't have that, I would have to look for a section number, which makes it a little tougher. So now I'm setting something up to go to my entire 4th period class. I'm going to set that time. I'm going to set that to start on that same Monday, and I'm going to pick the time. So I think I said it was like a 10:30, we'll say to 11:15. And I want this to repeat custom. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, since it's a Monday, Thursday class, I'm going to pick Monday and I'm going to pick Thursday. And then down here, remove end date. It's saying it's going to do this until February 22nd. I'm going to do what I did in Zoom. I'm going to have that end in December, and then I can do this again later if I need to. And then I'm going to click Save. Now here is where the Zoom link connection comes in. Down in this description box is where I'm going to put a note and say, use this link for our Zoom class. Now I'm going to go back over to Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, and then I do Control Copy, And then down here, I do a control paste. So control copy is, to copy is control C, to paste is control V. So now if I review this, I have my 4th period science class. I'm sending it to my 4th period science class. I've got my date. It's recurring every Monday and Thursday until the end of December from 10:30 to 11:15, and the link is here. Now, I'm not going to send this because it's a demonstration and I don't want this to go back out to my classes, but down here at the bottom is where I would then hit send. I think it's blocked by my little picture down here. Oh, no, send is up here, sorry. This is where I would hit send and go ahead, and that would distribute it to my 4th period classes. Now, the important thing about that is once you have sent that out, you really want to make sure you let students know that in order for this to come up on their calendar every Monday and Thursday at the scheduled time to remind them of their class and to find the Zoom link, they need to accept this calendar invite. So when they see it in their inbox, they need to click yes, they need to click accept, the same way that we see things when we get meeting invites from Mrs. Martinez for staff meetings or from our coaches for PLCs. The same way that we click yes is how students will do that. Now I'm going to discard this. Yes. And what kids will see, just like us, is if I click on Thursday tomorrow, kids will start to see this. They will see that they have a 4th period science class if they accept it. They will see that they have another class for 7th period and the time. And they'll see that they have advisory. And if a kid clicks on this, they double click, it'll open it, and then they've got the Zoom link here. So they can either copy and paste that into a browser. If it's an active link, they can click on it. It's all right there in their calendar for them. And Outlook does the work for us. It reminds them of these appointments and of these class periods 15 minutes before they're supposed to be there, which might be during their other class time, but it's still reminding them where they need to go. Okay, hope that was helpful. If you still have questions, please send me an email, let me know. But yeah, I hope that works for you guys.